So if you're struggling after your run with muscle soreness, or maybe it's pain and you're not really sure. So here I want to talk to you a little bit about telling the difference between the two. So first, when you're struggling with muscle soreness, the type of discomfort is a little bit different. It usually feels achy. You might feel a little bit stiff. The difference with pain is it feels really sharp and it's really hard to move. So those are the two big differences between what it feels like when it's muscle soreness and whether it's pain. So the next difference between the two is when does it come on. When you feel muscle soreness, you'll usually feel it the next day or within a 2 to 3 day period. Whereas pain, you might feel it during the run, after the run, and then the next biggest difference is how long does it last. When you have typical muscle soreness, it'll last within those 2 to 3 days, whereas your pain won't go away, even with rest. Next, where will you feel this muscle soreness? Well, again, typically you'll feel the muscle soreness in the muscle, kind of in the middle of the muscle, whereas pain, you can feel either in the muscle, or I'm also typically worried when you feel it in the joints, like I feel it in my knee and not necessarily in my quadriceps or my hamstring. That's usually a red flag. So the next thing, what helps with muscle soreness? When you have muscle soreness, like we said in the previous video, you want to get moving, and that actually will help it to feel better. When you have pain, even movement makes it worse. So that is usually a pretty telltale sign about the difference between muscle soreness and pain. What makes your muscle soreness worse? Sitting still. So usually after a workout, you'll get back to work the next day and you'll sit for a while and you'll stand up and you're like, oh my God, it's so sore. But then you start to walk around and it feels better. Whereas when you have pain, when you continue any sort of activity, it does not relieve it. And in fact, sometimes that can make it even worse. So when you have muscle soreness, movement helps, whereas pain, movement can actually make it worse. And finally, what should you do about it? Well, if you're having muscle soreness, just continue that movement and slowly increase your activity as that soreness decreases. Whereas with pain, my recommendation is to see somebody right away. Typically, when you have pain, it doesn't go away quickly. And then when it starts to go away, you start to move around it. And then that pain can mask into something totally different. So if your pain isn't going away within 2 to 3 days, not that same dull soreness, see somebody right away so you can get back to your activity and not have too much time off. Or worse, not be able to run anymore. All right, so those are the key differences between muscle soreness and pain. So if you're looking for more information or if you want a copy of this guide on telling the difference between muscle soreness and pain, go to the description below, find the website, and check into that, and I will send you the information that we just talked about. Good luck, and let's keep you running on the trails and roads.